Hello everybody, this is Tirgaya here to talk to you about weekly vendor weapon rolls for the week of April 25th through May the 2nd. As always, thank you for your support. Every bit helps, Guardians. Here's where to find me around the net. I won't be covering every weapon on sale, just the ones I might buy. With no further ado, let's take a look at the Pietra 5, which is my first honorable mention of the week. This weapon has both good scope options with a true sight and a short shot. The first column has armor-piercing rounds and quick draw. For most characters, I'd run quick draw, but for a blade dancer or a warlock with Ophidian aspect, I would run armor-piercing rounds. Moving forward, we have hand-loaded and rangefinder. The other option here is relentless tracker, which I don't find very useful. My second honorable mention is the Assembly 2 auto rifle. This is a bullet hose archetype of AR, and I don't have any good scopes this week, which is the main reason it's an honorable mention. We do have quick draw, perfect balance, and hidden hand, which is the configuration I would run for most players. If you are a blade dancer running quick draw, or if you're a warlock running Ophidian aspects, I would run armor-piercing rounds instead of quick draw. At the Crucible Quartermaster, the Chaotic Neutral Machine Gun is my first honorable mention, with CQB ballistics, life support, rifled barrel, and persistence being my setup of choice. The Zero Day Dilemma is my second honorable mention at the Crucible Quartermaster. This doesn't have a good setup, but we do have reflex, quick draw, and OEG, so I would run reflex, spray and play, braced frame, and persistence. This is a pretty good roll on a weak archetype. At the Vanguard this week, there's nothing I'm really excited about. I won't be buying anything, but an honorable mention goes to the teacup and to the Parthian shot. On the teacup, I would choose the true sight. Either option in the first column, they're both good choices. In the second column, I would be picking high caliber rounds, and in the final column, obviously, I'd be picking hot swap. For the Parthian shot, I'd choose the reflex sight, take a knee, small bore, and of course head seeker. On this rifle, I really wish focus lens FLA5 was an option, which is a longer range sight. This week, Dead Orbit has another version of the Extreme File 011 that's pretty excellent. This has two good scopes, the reflex and the sure shot. In this case, I'm partial to the sure shot, but the reflex is also a good choice. We also have snapshot, perfect balance, and persistence. I'm not a super fan of persistence, but it's really a decent perk. My second honorable mention over here at Dead Orbit is the Keystone 01 Scout Rifle. The scope is decent for short range with the reflex. However, this is really a mid to long range weapon, so I wish I had another focus lens option here. The roll is pretty decent with explosive rounds, perfect balance, and crowd control. This should be able to one-shot shanks in the second phase of access and generally make light work of all tier 1 enemies, so thralls, drags, those things. You may be tempted by Outlaw, which is a fantastic perk, but this scout rifle really needs the stability perk. Future War Cult has the Wormwood as usual. This is my sidearm of the week. It has both good scopes, with true sight and sure shot. In the first column, it has quick draw, which is what I would recommend for most players, but if you're a blade dancer running quick draw, or a warlock with Ophidian aspect, I would run high caliber rounds. Moving on, Cascade pairs really well with sidearms, because you're going to get a lot of melee kills once people get in close into the sidearm range. Moving on, we have hot swap. So, once again, pick up a Wormwood if you don't have one yet. The Wounded Scout Rifle and the Wading Fusion Rifle are my honorable mentions from Future War Cult. On the Wading, I would choose Quick Draw, Hammerforged, and Rangefinder. In this case, if you have one of the classes that have Quick Draw, Warlock or Hunter, I would not pick Accelerated Coils, picking a different fusion rifle instead. And there are no good scope choices, so pick whatever you like, whatever you're comfortable with. On the Wounded, I would choose the reflex scope, explosive rounds, unflinching, and crowd control. You don't need the extra range from Hammerforged. Again, being that this is a scout rifle, I would really like to have seen one of the scopes be a focus lens. That's it from me this week. What do you think, Guardians? Did I miss a fantastic roll? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching and for your support by liking and subscribing. Please tell your fellow Guardians if you enjoyed the video. Spreading the word is the best way to support the channel and encourage me to make more. You can follow me on Twitter and on Twitch if you want to keep up with what I'm doing. Thank you again, and I'll see you Starside Guardians.